morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is where you're from. So I played in the regional today, the PPG one. I got fourth place, and I had many requests for a deck profile for AOD, or the Babidi leader of the Agents of Destruction. I ended up going 6-1. My only loss was to time, which I believe the opponent was just kind of slow playing because he knew it was over if I got the swing through. But it is what it is. I'm still happy with that. Got my 6-1. Got my invite to Nats. All that kind of good stuff. So let's go and jump in. Babidi, leader of the Agents of Destruction. It's got the permanent. You treat all AOD cards in your hand as if they had no specified cost. Auto, when he attacks, you can take up to 1 life. Look at the top 5, put an AOD in your hand. It does say card name, not character name, so you can grab like the unison, you can grab the extra card. Everything in the deck that says AOD, you can put in your hand. It awakens at 4 or less. It's untap 1, draw 1. It's an OG leader, so it doesn't do any of the fancy stuff. On the back, you got Majin Buu, leader of the Agents of Destruction. Same permanent. AOD in your hands have no specified cost. It does not draw on the back, but it's got 2 activate mains. Once per turn, you can free play an Agent of Destruction, energy cost 2 or less. Or you can pay 3 and play a unison with Agent of Destruction. It's named with 3 markers on. So let's start. First off, we got 4 of the Babidi, Overseer of Destruction. Barrier, it's got the permanent that says that you can only have 1 of them in play, which is basically unique. And then it's got a permanent, or reduces the cost of all Agents of Destruction in your hand by 1. So it makes all your 3 costs into 2 costs, and 2 costs into 1 cost, because that's the way math works. Which helps out with this, so you can pre-play your 3 costs. I played 4 of the extra card, the Agents of Destruction Strike Back. The permanent, this card gains Agent of Destruction in all areas, which helps you to grab it off the search and things like that. You look at the top 2 cards. If any of them say Agent of Destruction on them, you can put them in your hand. If you take one, you can take up to 1 life, so this guy is what helps you self-awaken. And then, being able to just go like pretty much every turn and just play that and grab 1 or 2 cards off the top, it's pretty good. 4 of the Turles is a pretty key card in the deck, since the leader doesn't draw on the backside. This guy is 15k, barrier, unique. When it attacks, you look at the top 5, grab an AOD, put it in your hand. Pretty simple, but it's one of the cards that helps you keep up. This deck builds up a really big hand early on, but this is one of the cards that helps you keep that hand going. Play 4 of the Garlic, Immortal Agent of Destruction. It's a counterattack. You negate the attack, play this card. And auto, when it's played, you search your deck for a 2 cost or less Agent of Destruction and put it into play. Skills negated for the turn. Play 4 of the Android 13, Exterminating Agent of Destruction. Counterplay, the battle card being played has a cost of 3 or less. It goes to the drop instead, and your opponent discards a card. And then when it comes into play, you take 2 of your Agents of Destruction cards from your drop area and shuffle them back into your deck. And we're going to go into 3 drops. 4 of the Hashiak, Vengeful Agent of Destruction. Activate main, you pay 1, pitch this card, search your deck for a Babidi, put it into play. You can auto. People don't play this very often, but I think it's actually really good. The auto is, when you play it, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost 4 or less, and you warp it. And then you can place up to 3 battle cards from your opponent's drop area on the bottom of their deck. Back when U7 was really good, I used to play this a lot and put some of their key cards that they wanted to get back on the bottom of the deck. And then I would take like this Android 13 and the Hatchjack, and I would just loop them. So every turn I was playing the Hatch and putting 3 cards on the bottom of the deck to keep them off that 25 number they were looking for. I played 4 of the Broly, Invincible Agent of Destruction. It's got a activate main. You pay 1. You can pitch this card and put any Agent of Destruction from your drop area back in your hand. But the big one is when it's played, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and you draw 5 or less and KO it. Then you look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, put 1 in your hand, the other's in the drop. Got to be careful of that. I see some people that play the deck that they just immediately grab the top 3. But if you look at the top 1 and it's the one you want, you just keep that one and that's the end of it. I played 4 of the Vegeta Agent of Destruction. 1, because Majin Vegeta is the shit. It's my favorite character. 2, It's got auto when it's played. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards, 25k power or less, and KO it. There's also another reason that I'll get into a little bit later. He's also, 20k. All these three costs are 20ks. I played 3 of the Baby Janemba Malefic Agent Instruction. Energy Exhaust blocker. It's got limit 1 on offering. It also has a permanent that a lot of people don't use, I've seen, is if your opponent has 5 or more cards in rest, you can negate the energy exhaust. So being able to play this or charge this and get access to red and yellow energy is actually pretty good. I play 3 of the Slug Agent Instruction. Auto when the card is played, your opponent discards a card. The big one here is you can pay 1 green, activate main, and you play a Slug's Army card, energy cost of 3 or less from your hand that is not this card. And I play 2 of the Lord Slug Super Namekian. Unique barrier. While this card's in rest mode, your opponent can't add cards from their deck to their hand using non-lethal skills, which really shuts down a lot of decks, especially the ones like the Red Gogeta that, like the boss monster, you have to draw a card to play it and things like that. Like, it really slows your opponents down a lot. I played 2 the Majin Buu Assault of the Agent Destruction. Double strike blocker, ±0, you draw a card and then switch this card to active mode at the end of turn. And then the -1 when your opponent attacks with a battle card, you can bottom deck one of their battle cards. This is something I've seen a lot of people discuss, like controversial and stuff like that, is I play a 2-2 split on my super combos. I play 2 of the generic, just, 10k draw 1 card super combos, because I think they're good later on in the game just to get that extra draw. And then 2 of the Lord Slug Mighty Agent Instruction super combo. Has an auto when your opponent activates a counterplay skill. They choose 2 cards in their hands and discard them. Sometimes I'll grab it off Garlic if I'm pretty sure my opponent's not going to kill it. But if they do, then you're never going to get that ability off. So that's when I would rather have these in the deck. But, I mean, the fact that, like, on the front side, this searches, this can grab these, stuff like that. I want to keep that at 2. And this card, 4 beam. Even though it got eroded, I'm still going to run this at 4. Because even defensively, that's fine, because you can just be aggressive on your turn, go down to like 1 energy, and then first swing on your opponent and be like, beam, now I got 3 energy to, negate for the rest of the turn. I play 2 the Support of the Dark Empire. Token negate, counterattack, play a token with blocker. I play 2 Protector of the People. Counterattack, negate the attack, and then you can pitch a card. If you do, for every time for the rest of the turn when your opponent's battle card attacks your leader, it gets a +5k, so it stacks. I played 2 Champa for a couple different reasons, but +10k double strike. I play 1 of the Mira. Being able to overrun this, go up to like 100k double strike is really relevant, especially like right now the Gogeta and stuff like that running around. I play Vermilion Saiyans as my SCR. This card is super clutch in a lot of matchups. Like today, I heard like 3 different times my opponent actually said out loud, going into like their key turn, they're like, okay, I'm playing around Pan. How do I play around Pan? And I just kind of giggle a little bit. I'm like, okay, play around Pan, cool. But counterattack for each color among cards in your battle areas and energy areas. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, send it to the warp. For each card sent to the warp, your leader gets +5k for the turn. So the extra red allows me to get, make sure that I get like, there's a couple times where I would get 5 of these. If my opponent has 5 battle cards, my leader becomes a 40k for the turn, and your opponent's not going to swing into that. And then as far as the Z deck goes, which is why I did some of the tech choices there, I play 1 of the Vegeta, because it's just good if I don't get my extra cards or whatever, need to self-awaken. I play 1 of the Oolong, because going Mira, double strike, Oolong, copy Mira, double strike again is super hilarious. I actually was able to pull that off in the final round tonight, and it was glorious and felt amazing. The reason for the extra Vegetas is because I play 3 of the Rush Attack. So you can charge these or charge a Janemba that way you can play these and then also get the auto because he's a Red Saiyan. That's also another reason why I decided to go up 2 on the Champa, because that gives me 9 red sources. or sorry, 8, because math. But yeah, you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 there. So that gives you the extra red sources to make sure that like when you decide to play that, you can. I also played one of the Goku Defender of Life. Mainly, it's a 20k deflect double strike, and if you need to, you just crit your opponent for a life. So if they get to like 4, and then I want to Janemba, I can just play this, make them go to 3, and then play this. Like, they're very unlikely that they're going to take another crit, like automatic crit damage, and they'll just let you draw the 2 cards. And then for a few scenarios, like some of the decks that play a bunch of little battle cards, I'm not too worried about dying super early on. I play one of the Cell, Awakening of the Created. Because I do have a lot of blue sources, I got 4, 8, 10, 14. So this is actually viable, and I pulled it off a couple times. It feels okay. This is kind of a flex slot. I just wanted something to fill the spot in, and I didn't feel like I needed a 4th one of these or a 2nd one of these. It could probably easily just be a Vegeta, but for now, this is just kind of filling the space. But being able to, swing a deflect critical and, suck up their board feels pretty good to me. But this is the list. You guys let me know what you think. I do want to make sure that everybody knows, like, I do want to do a big shout out to ProMats, who's been sponsoring us for this. Like, got all the mat stuff like that for us. Always taking care of everything, all your needs as far as mats go and stuff like that. I got the link in the description for that if you guys want to check it out. And I also want to shout out Davidson TCG, who is also one of VSA sponsors now. He makes these custom leaders, and every time one comes out, like, I always get the new ones. Like, the card quality is amazing, the price is good, and he's super helpful. Like, if you need anything, you just shoot, hit him up, and he takes care of you. But this is the list. Like I said, I went 6-1. Matchups were SS4 Bardock, Gogeta, SS4 Vegeta Ramp, Gamma, Sin, Gamma, Sin. My only loss, like I said, was to Gamma in the 4th round, and that was just because time. But I think we both know, I even talked to the opponent for a moment after. Like, he sent me a message, and he was like, I felt kind of scummy the way that went down, but I know you had that game. But, again, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about the top 4, and I got my Nats invite, so I'm happy. But you guys let me know what you think. Any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know.